Hello students, today we are starting chapter number 19, data handling. In this chapter you will learn about the representation of data by bar graph, histogram and pie chart. First exercise is based on bar graph and histogram. Second exercise is based on pie chart and the third exercise is based on probability. First I will give you little introduction about data handling and then we will start first exercise. So first thing is, what is data? Data means the numerical information, means whatever the information we have collected in the numerical form, that we will call as data. So numerical informations are called as data. In our day-to-day life we will collect many informations and from that only the numerical information we will call as data. For example, a teacher has conducted a test and she has collected marks from the student. Suppose 10 students got marks 5, 8, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 5, 7 and 8. These are the marks of 10 students. In this form, this data we will call as raw data, the first form when we will collect the data. After this data we can arrange in ascending and descending order. Arranged data is called as array data. Means arranging in ascending or descending order. For example, this data if we arrange in ascending order means from small to big. So smallest marks is here 2, then 3, 4, then 5 is here 2 time. After 5, 7 is there 2 time, 8 is there 3 times. So this is array data. This data again we can represent by table or we can represent it by graph. If you want to represent by table, then first frequency table. How to arrange in this? You have to make a table, 3 columns. In first column we will write the observation. Observation means this whatever information we have collected. Here I have collected the 10 students marks, so I have 10 observation here. So here numbers are 2, 3, 4, then 5, 7 and 8. In this column next will be tally mark. Tally marks means representing this frequency by that marking only. And at last it will come frequency. Frequency means the number of time this observation is coming. So here 2 is coming 1 time. So it means the frequency of 2 is 1. 3 is also coming 1 time. So frequency of 3 is 1. 4 is also coming 1 time. 5 is coming 2 time. 7 is coming 2 time and 8 is coming 3 times. It means the frequency of 2 is 1, 3 is also 1, 4 is also 1, 5, 2, 7, 2 and 8 is 3. Total if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have total 10 observation. And how to represent by tally mark? By tally mark 1 we are representing like 1. And 2 means 2 standing line, 3 standing line, 4 standing line, 5 we have to draw 4 line and then 1 cross. This is 5. Then 6 means after 5, this is 5 and 1, 6. Like this we can represent it by tally mark. So 2 is 1 time, 3 is also 1 time, 4 is also 1 time, 5 2 times, 7 2 time and 8 is 3 time. This representation is tabular representation. We will call it as frequency table. Another way of representation is graph also. Graph representation, in graph we have many types like bar graph. In bar graph, you have to represent your data by bars. These type of standing block we will call like bar. Another one is, in this one side we will represent the one information, and another side, second type, another information. Suppose monthly expenditure is given, so we can write here expenditure, and here we can write items, on which item how much we have expended. This we can write, make like this also graph. If you change the axis, then it will come like this. This we will call vertical graph, this we will call horizontal graph. These two are the axis line. We will call it x-axis. This is y-axis. This is x and this is y-axis. Second type of representation of graph is histogram. When we have group data, see this is a simple data. This data we can group also, like we can get group this data into two category, like suppose 1 to 5 marks and 6 to 10 marks. Then 1 to 5 till here it will come in one category, and after 5 to 10 will come in one category. So like this group data we will represent by histogram. In histogram there is no gap between these bars. In bar graph we will keep gap here, but histogram gap will not come. These bars will be attached with each other, like this it will come. And we have more graph like line graph, that this year you don't have line graph. In that graph will come like in the form of line. And in second exercise you will learn about pie graph. In pie graph the information we will represent in the form of circle. So we have to draw circle, and whatever is given we have to represent in the circular form. Now we will do the first exercise. Exercise 19.1. First question. The result of a survey of 200 people about their favorite fruit is given here. Fruits name: apple, orange, banana, grapes, guava, pineapple and papaya. And number of people is given, how many people like these fruits. So apple 45, orange 30, banana 20, grapes 50. It is 15, 25 and 15. Now this data we have to represent by bar graph. For this you need graph paper. So you have to take graph sheet like this. Take this type of graph sheet, and then we have to draw above this. So first of all you have to draw two lines, one horizontal and one vertical. So draw one line and another one horizontal line. This horizontal line we will call as x-axis, and this vertical we will call as y-axis. Then on horizontal line here we are representing fruits. So write like this, fruits, and on vertical line we are representing number of peoples. So number of people. Then here you have to take the scale. We have 45, 30, so we can take here 10, 10. Always this scale should be same. Suppose one block you have taken as 10, it means you have to follow the 10 table. 10 to 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. If you have taken each block as 5, it means you have to follow 5 table. After that, in this bar also you have to keep distance. Same distance should be there. So we will leave here one block and we will draw. So first one, apple. Apple is 45. So 45 will come somewhere between 50 and 40. So 45 will come till here. So above this you have to write the number for this 45, and below here you have to write the fruit name, apple. Second one is orange 30. So leave one block and then join till 30. 30, here you have to write orange. Then banana 20. Again leave one block, draw for banana. Then grapes 50. After the grapes, guava 15. 15 will come between 10 and 20. So till here 10 and half means 15. After guava, pineapple 25. So 10, 20 and here 25. This line you can extend more how much you want. Then after that we have papaya 15. So like this you have to represent your data by bar graph. You can color these bar or you can use your own creation also. You have to write a scale also. So here top you can write a scale. Each block, one block we have taken as 10 unit. Next question number 2. Mr. Khurana has 2 kitchen appliances store. He compares the sale of 2 stores during a month and recovered as given below. So 2 store information is given here. How much item has sold out. Grill in store A 40, in store B 20. Toaster 35, 15. Oven 30 and 30. Blender in one store 40, another one 30. Coffee maker 35 and 40. This information we have to represent by double bar graph. Double bar graph means in one graph only we will represent store A information also and store B information also. So first of all you have to take graph sheet. This horizontal line we are representing the item and in vertical line we are representing number of item sold. Scale here we have taken each block is equal to 10 unit. So here you can write scale. One block is equal to 10 unit. Now first we will represent information about store A. You can use, because we have here 2 store information, so we can use different color pen also. So in store A, grill has sold out 40. So grill is 40. You can decide this width also. If you want thin, then you can make it thin. Otherwise you can keep it long also. So this is for store A. And here you can write how many sold out, 40. With this graph only we will represent for store B also. Store B, the sold out for grill is here 20. This is for store B. And this information is for grill. You can shade it. Now second thing is toaster. For store A it is 35. So 35. This is for A store. And for store B it is 15. Till 15 you have to mark. This information is for toaster. Next you have to represent oven. Oven is 30. For store A it is 30. And for store B also it is 30. After this, next is blender, 40. For storage it is 40. Then for store B it is 30. This is for blender. Next, for coffee maker, first store it is 35. For store A, and for second store it is 40. This is for coffee maker. Like this you can represent by double bar graphs. In this, in one graph only we are representing two store informations. Next, question number 3. Given below a bar graph, you have to read this bar graph and then answer the following question. So first question, what is the information given by the bar graph? You can see here which information is given here. Expenditure in rupees given on different items. So information is given expenditure on different items. Second question, on which item the expenditure is maximum. So easily you can see which bar is the maximum. This one is the maximum. So expenditure on food is the maximum. Third one, on which item expenditure is minimum. So see the length of bar. This one, first one is this, second one is the lengthwise it is the smallest. So it means on clothing it is minimum expenditure. Fourth, state whether true or false. Expenditure on education is twice the expenditure on clothing. This we will see here. On clothing expenditure is 600 rupees. If we talk about clothing it is 600 rupees. And for education, if we talk about on education it is 1200 rupees. So according to this, expenditure on education is twice of expenditure on clothing. You can see here it is twice of this, 6 into 2, 1200. So this statement is true. Then next, question number 4 is given. Given below a double bar graph, read the double bar graph carefully and answer the following questions. Here in this graph, what they have represent? Number of student, modes of transport. And here this grey color is for boys and this orange color is for girls. So how students are going? By school bus, walking, bicycle and other vehicles. Now first question, what is the information given by the double bar graph? Information is given number of students going by different modes of transport. Then second question, which mode of transport girl using more than boy? So girl here it is represented by this orange color. You can see in a school bus only this graph is big. In other remaining this is small. So which mode girls are using more? School bus. Girls are using more school bus. Third one, which mode of transport boys using the most? Boys, how they are coming? You can see here bicycle. This graph is maximum here. So boys are using mostly bicycle. Next question number 4th, in which mode of transport number of girls is half of the number of boys? So number of girls is half of number of boys. You can see here number of girls is more, Here it is less, here it is less, and here it is less. Now this is not equal to half. This is also not looking half. This we can think. In this walking, you can see the number of girls is 60 and number of boys is 120. It means by walking. So here answer is by walking. Next question number 5. Using class interval 0 to 5, 5 to 10, construct the frequency distribution table for the following data. This data is given and this data we have to change into groups. Groups class interval means in this class 0 to 5 one group, 5 to 10 another group. So when we are taking 0 to 5, we will take 0 to 5 and 5 to 10 means we will start from 6. 6 to 10 we will take like this and then we will make a table. To make table, first of all you have to draw like this. 3 column you have to make. First column class interval, then tally marking and the frequency. Now according to the question they told we have to divide into 0 to 5 class interval. So 0 to 5 first interval, second one 5 to 10, then 10 to 15 and 15 to 20 and then 20 to 25. Then first we will check the frequency. Between 0 to 5 how many numbers are coming. So keep your book carefully in front of you and see between 0 to 5. 0 to 5 we have here 1, 2 and 1, 1. So 2 numbers we have between 0 to 5. Next we will check from 6 to 10. 6 to 10 how many numbers we have. So if you count you have total 7 number from 6 to 10. Then 11 to 15. 10 to 15 means we have to count 10 here or here at one place. So 10 to 15, 11 to 15 we have 8. Then 16 to 20 we have 6 and 20 to 25 we have 2. This thing we have to represent by tally mark also. 2 means we have to represent by 2 standing line. 7 means first draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2, 6, 7. 8 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again 2, 1 and 2. Like this you have to represent your data by frequency table. Next question number 6. Given below are the marks secured by 25 students in a surprise test. So these are the marks for 35 student it is given. For 35 student marks are given. Now these marks we have to taking class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20 we have to construct a frequency distribution table. And then we have to answer find the number of students obtaining below 20 marks. So first of all you have to draw one table how we did in last question. Like this you have to draw one table, 2 columns. We have to just represent the frequency distribution table. Tally mark is not required for this question. So first of all we have to draw like this 2 column. In first column we have to represent the class interval means 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Like this we have to represent. So first we will represent 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. All marks are below 50. So first 0 to 10 we will count how many are there. It is 5. Between 10 to 20, 5. 20 to 30, 7. And 30 to 40 it is 10 and then 8. Count it very carefully. Little mistake can change your answer. Second thing, now they ask in this number of students obtaining below 20. So below 20 you can see here 0 to 10 5 students and 10 to 20 5 students. So total 10 students are getting here below 20 marks. So in this video we will do till question number 7. Sorry, this is question number 6. We'll do only till question number 6. Remaining questions we will do in next video. Thank you for watching.